everyone, Chad Sen here, and this is another episode of Healthy, Fit, and Poor. Today's episode, I will be talking about how systems crush goals. Well, the year currently is 2021, and we are obsessed with goals. Squad goals, financial goals, relationship goals, life goals, booty goals. And don't forget, most notoriously, SMART goals. Specific, measurable, attainable, are temperature? Yeah. And if goal setting is such a crucial part to success, why do so many people not achieve them? By a show of hands, how many of us have poured our heart and soul in pursuit of a goal, yet we come up short on reaching it and allow our disappointment and self-pity to convince us to stop chasing it altogether? If you happen to raise your hand, this is YouTube, not really a group setting, but you're my type of weird. Would it be safe to assume that when two UFC fighters step into the octagon, they both have one goal in mind? How many winners are there? One. I think. I don't really watch it. Fact. Participation culture does not prepare those for the cutthroat, competitive, real-world job market. What about when thousands flock to the gym every January? That crowd usually dissipates come February. I'm sure they all had goals. Goals are a destination. Better yet, goals are intention. And intention without the right action is useless. Please know, I'm not saying goal setting is useless. However, if you set goals without strategizing systems to achieve the goals, it will probably become useless. What are systems? Google generously provided these two definitions: a set of things working together as part of a mechanism or interconnecting network, and a set of principles or procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method. If we extrapolate that information so it's more relatable to goals, we discover that those things, principles, and procedures become interchangeable with habits and behaviors. Before Dorothy allows frustration and discouragement to run her life, forcing her to quit the gym, she hires me as a trainer. Now, as any good coach should do, I have set up a skeletal plan for Dorothy. The skeletal plan consists of macrocycle, mesocycle, microcycles. The macrocycle, in Dorothy's case, we're going to refer to the big picture goals. A weight loss goal of losing 30 pounds. We're going to reverse engineer this to mesocycles. Now we're starting to get a little more specific. This is where we're going to outline training blocks. We're also going to set some milestones, maybe mini goals, to help measure success along Dorothy's journey. Now when we reverse engineer mesocycles, we get the most important microcycles. These are the meat and potatoes. This is where we get specific about weekly routines. When and where is Dorothy going to work out? What does her food intake look like? What are her recovery days? When's Dorothy going to do cardio? And most importantly, when is cheat day? You'll notice here I put Sunday at the start of the week. It is a really good practice to use Sunday to set up the week to come rather than recover from the week that passed. The microcycle is where our systems live. This is where we must focus our efforts in developing our habits and behaviors to increase the likelihood that we will achieve our goals. Getting to our destination is contingent on the execution and efficiency of our systems. Now I know this is obviously health and fitness specific. However, the same principles are completely transferable whether you're saving money for a trip, trying to climb the corporate ladder, trying to study more, or finally getting around to start that side hustle you've been thinking about for years. Since we're not just developing systems we need to adhere to, we should probably learn to enjoy them as well. So here are a few key principles to ponder when implementing our systems. System alignment, patent pending. This is one of the most crucial steps. What are we aligning our systems to? Our commitment levels. When it comes down to it, human beings only have two real resources. Do you know what they are? Money? Time and energy. Think about it. What do you trade of yours for a paycheck from your employer? Establishing how much time and energy you can realistically commit to the big picture is fundamental. Oftentimes when doing a consultation with a person, they have these insane goals. And if you're a trainer, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'd like to lose 100 pounds in 2 months.
I try to politely and diplomatically explain how outrageous this goal may be, yet they always have this go-to celebrity example of some actor who's been through this wild transformation after 2 months. Of course they did. They were motivated by a multi-million-dollar part in the movie. They made that body transformation their full-time job. Do you have several hours a day to exercise? Do you have full access to a gym just beyond your personal tennis court? Do you have a personal chef making your every meal and snack?
No.
Okay then. Sorry, I'm not mad, I'm passionate. It's usually what I have to say. Most importantly, once you align your systems to your commitment levels, it's best to go back and look at those original goals. You may have to make some changes to those original timelines, maybe bring them back down to reality a bit. Addition is always easier on the self-esteem than subtraction. Start small, develop consistency, then add to it. The next key principle is system romance. Patent pending. If you have someone in your life that's a gym person or a health person, I dare you to ask them how going to the gym or eating healthy consistently over a period of time has positively benefited their life. I swear you will see their eyes light up like they have been figuratively dying for someone to ask them this question for years. As they start rambling and raving about all the increased self-confidence and other feel-gooderies, you will soon start to wonder what they're even talking about. At some point you may even ask yourself, are we still talking about the gym? The way the person's eyes lit up, the way they talk about going to the gym, you'll start to feel like they're talking about some X-rated love affair from 50 Shades of Barbell. And that person will probably always be a gym person or a health person. When you fall in love with the systems, adherence really becomes a no-brainer. Now I know the notion of going somewhere with the purposes of inducing enough physical stress on the body to promote adaptation seems relatively barbaric, but let me assure you, when the willful self-torture comes to an end and the endorphins, serotonin, and dopamine start flowing, you will feel great. Chase that feeling. The last key principle I wanted to talk about: attach vitality. Patent pending. Dorothy's goal to lose 30 pounds is mostly aesthetics focused, which is completely fine. But as Dorothy's coach, I want her to really fall in love with the systems that we implemented. So I always try to attach a vitality goal to the aesthetic goal. Something that's a little broad, like increased heart function, decreased likelihood of developing chronic disease, reduced stress levels, better sleeping patterns, increased overall mood levels, etc., etc. When we attach vitality, we are going to tap into Dorothy's basic need for survival, which is going to enable Dorothy to establish much stronger reward associations with the habits and behaviors in the systems, which, as we know for those who've seen the first episode, is how we create a continuous dopamine feedback loop, or in other words, a cycle of motivation. A very common issue I see most of the time when people are new to exercise and healthy eating is they focus way too much on the goal. In doing this, they subconsciously attach their happiness to the achievement, meaning they might not actually establish any reward association with any of the habits or systems until they achieve the goal, which could be however long, who knows. And this can wildly decrease the likelihood of developing not only adherence, but enjoyment as well. When we attach an element of vitality, it becomes a lot easier to understand that every rep, set, workout, or healthy meal brings us one step closer to the desired destination. In closing, I just want to quickly recap the main takeaways from this topic. Establish your commitment level and be realistic. Focus on the systems. This is an understatement. Without systems, there usually will be no achievement. If you want to take it one step further, to increase the likelihood of success, especially in the early stages of habit development, learn to love the process. I hope this will provide some clarity. If you have any questions on any of the information covered, please reach out to me. If you found any of this information remotely helpful, please be sure to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And for those who wish, please turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on the weekly content that comes out from Healthy, Fit, and Poor. Next week, we will be diving into Engineering Our Environment Part 1 to help positively influence our system adherence.